Libra. We will now be exploring, will they come back, when, how, if, and anything else we can learn about getting this connection to what it once was. Is there potential for that to happen? And of course, anything around timing for that to go down. So let's have a look and see, Libra, what's coming up around you and this connection. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune sort of governing this reading, and I feel like this is about things returning, things improving, things coming back around. I do feel like you'll have another shot at this opportunity, but it's almost like you need to eliminate other options, other third parties before that can happen. Now, the Knight of Swords, you're very drawn to this connection. You want to progress it forward. You want answers, I think. Especially if there's been a lot of questions, you know, there's a lot of, you know, you just want to get down to the bottom of it. Interestingly, 2 cards representing the 3 have come up. So someone has options here. And I think it's about removing or filtering through these options before you can come back to this person. And it could also be, because it's a reading more focused on them and things happening on their end, it could indicate that they need to eliminate options in love. Whether this is a current option, so they may be juggling you and another person, or this is like someone from their past, like an ex that they're still emotionally attached to. Maybe not necessarily in contact with, but it might be someone they're still attached to in a way, and they need to break free from that. They need to cut the cycle, so to speak. But it could be the next 3 days, 3 months, even 13 months that the 2 of you do reconnect. I often associate the 3 of Wands with the long-term future, so I'm going with 3 months to 13 months, perhaps even 13 weeks, so just over 3 months. That period could be when the 2 of you will be in contact again, and sort of give things another go. But there's something about divine timing or the universe bringing this person back to you. I actually feel like it might be you that reaches out. You are the one coming up with the swords, Libra, so it might be you that reaches out, or you'll be quick to respond if they are the ones that sort of do something first. I feel like you'll make contact, like either like a text message, a phone call, some sort of verbal communication is going to be made for the 2 of you to come back together. But the Knight of Swords would indicate right now you're not getting clear answers about why they're pulling away. And I do feel like it has something to do with them needing to eliminate other people. Knight of Wands is reversed though. He's normally an impulsive energy, but the 2 knights, one knight is so set on this connection. One knight wants to progress forward, and it is the air knight, which is you. It could be this other person here as well, but the other is coming up reversed. If the Knight of Wands is reversed, he doesn't want to take action. He's not impulsive. He doesn't dive into things. So it's a very different approach. So right now, it's almost like the 2 of you are zigging and zagging. So you have a different approach. But I do feel like right now, if you are experiencing this sort of dark devil phase, things will come back up. Okay, things will come back around. I do feel like you'll have another shot at this connection, a proper shot at this connection. But if you're coming up as a 3 of Swords reverse, then I feel like, Libra, I sense that when they do return, you will be available. I feel like you'll be ready. It's going to be at a very divine time that they may make an appearance back into your life. And I think you'll be available. If this is the third parties that you need to eliminate, like other crushes, other people, maybe people you're interested in on the side, I do feel like this will give you time to do that. You're sort of filtering out things, I feel. It's important not to rush the connection. Not to rush the time this person needs or the time that you need, because it's all part of like a divine plan. I often associate Wheel of Fortune with things like predestination. So the fact that that has come up, I think, points to You can't rush fate. You can't rush this connection. And I do feel like when you do get an opportunity to be with each other again, it may not necessarily progress into the long distance future because the long distant future is reversed. And I don't know if it's because of anxiety or rushing things that's going to impact the relationship. So maybe the advice here, the message here is not to rush, not to be, to proceed with caution, and not to be, I don't know if this is like presumptuous, or accusations either coming from your side to theirs, their side to yours. Maybe that's something that you need to avoid. It's something that you both need to avoid to get the connection going again. If you're looking for advice, if you're seeking advice on how to do that, there's something about the long distance future that's reversed though that maybe doesn't sit well with this person or won't sit well with you. I don't know if you need another chance with them to see that they may not necessarily be good for you in the long distance future. I don't know if this has anything to do with like long distance. Because that distance is created here with the Three of Wands. So if you do come back, one of you may be living further away from each other. And again, that could impact the connection and how much it progresses. But I think it's important to take it slow. It could overwhelm them too much discussing the long-term future. Of course, each situation is going to be very different, but maybe this is what this person struggles with. And I think you might be adamant, you might be coming into it adamant, going, I want this, let's press forward, what are we waiting for, we're not getting any younger. Maybe it's this type of mode of thinking or attitude. If it's not on your end, Libra, it could be on theirs. And that's what they're thinking, that's what they're going through. But I am convinced that something needs to be sorted out here with third parties. The good thing is that they are reversed, so there is, there is something happening here about eliminating options. And that maybe if this person juggled you and another, it could indicate that when they resurface, when they make contact or the universe puts you into alignment again, they've eliminated those things. But be careful I don't know if there's trust issues here, but you might, I feel like the Knight of Swords accuses things. He's still holds like resentment or anger. There's a fierceness about him. So you might be bitter, Libra, when they do come back or when you come back into alignment. You might be bitter that they didn't want to move forward. You might be bitter that you found out they may have someone else. But I feel like they're coming in with like a clear conscience or they're wanting a fresh start. Okay, this is like the fresh start. Like, let's move away from the toxicness, whether or not they were the cause of that, whether or not it was their behavior or yours, or maybe a bit of both of you that had caused that behavior. It could indicate very much so that's sort of over with and done. So I feel like you do get a new start, you do get something fresh. But long-term potential is something that you may be questioning around this person. And maybe if they've done this before, you are fearful that they'll do it again. So that's why you hold up a lot of pent-up. I feel like the Knight of Swords holds up a lot of pent-up frustration internally, and then channels that out. So that might be something that you'll be doing, Libra, because of what's happened here with this person. But again, I love the fact that you have the Two of Cups next to this connection. So I don't know if this is like needing to forgive, especially if it's been this sort of love triangulation that may need to happen to resolve the issue and to have another cycle with this person. So we'll see what happens in the future here, Libra. But I really do appreciate you popping